Owner Chad has allowed his 3 best friends, Lucas, Judge, and Roman, to take over the household, much to his wife Melissa's dismay.
It's disgusting.
Roman's anxious habits are getting on everyone's nerves.
Oh, well, he's peeing.
Oh,
now
he is? Oh, good.
1-year-old Sarah is caught in the middle.
That's not a good thing.
Yep, that's not a good thing.
It's up to Victoria to manage 3 unruly mastiffs
You might be 170 pounds, Roman, but I'm winning this war.
and 1 extremely lazy owner
You've got to listen now. What will it take?
before this family falls apart.
If you were my husband, you'd be out.
Victoria Stilwell has nearly 14 years of experience training dogs in Great Britain and the United States. Today, she's on her way to help the Sanders family with their 3 dogs.
Dogs are curious animals and need to be exposed to a wide range of experiences. But if you don't give your pet the socialization it needs to develop healthy behaviors, your dog will become unconfident and possibly dangerous.
My name is Chad, and I live here with my wife, Melissa, and my 1.5-year-old daughter, Sarah Kate. And we have 3 Mastiffs. The oldest one is Judge, the middle one is Lucas, and the youngest is Roman.
The current situation is ridiculous. Chad thinks that dogs are people too, so he tends to let the dogs do things that I would think that most dog owners shouldn't allow their dogs to do.
Before she can help the Sanders get control, Victoria needs to observe the situation for herself.
Come on, guys, come on. Hello.
Hello. Wow.
Yeah, Victoria, I'm Chad.
Wow.
And this is Melissa, and this is Sarah.
Hello. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh, slobber.
Do you want to
Come on through here,
over
Victoria.
in here?
You can be
Yes.
safer over here.
Sorry.
Come on.
I just got a whole bit of
Did you?
mastiff slobber in my mouth. I had slobber all over me, on my pants and on my sweater, everywhere. So, wow,
Yes.
3 mastiffs.
3 Mastiffs,
How old is she?
a baby,
And a
16
baby?
months
16 months.
yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's Judge, and he's gonna be 9 on Christmas, and Lucas, the middle one, is 6. And
Okay.
Roman is the
2.
terrible 2.
Yeah.
Do you walk them?
It's impossible now to walk them. We haven't done it for a couple of years.
Stop it right there. You're telling me you haven't walked these dogs for a couple of years?
Roman is impossible, and Sarah was born, so it just kind of became chaotic.
Chad's full of excuses.
And then we misplaced a couple of like the kind of choke collars. So that was another reason. So
Excuses and excuses and excuses. There are no excuses not to walk the dogs. It's just pure and utter laziness.
As they head into the bedroom, Victoria gets a second enthusiastic greeting from Roman.
Oh, well, he's peeing.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
oh, good. Yeah, they come inside. That's not a good thing.
Yep.
That's not a good thing.
That one goes into the washing.
That one's definitely
Yeah.
out. Roman does urinate on the floor. It's dangerous because of Sarah being in there, and I'll pick her up and we'll go to another room because it's so unsafe.
As Chad takes care of the dogs, Melissa is left to take care of the mess.
Does this happen every day or only when you have guests?
Only when we have guests.
Only when you have guests. Who wanted these dogs?
Chad.
Chad wanted the dogs.
Chad. We got Judge, and I woke up one morning to Chad knocking on the door with a puppy in his arms. But then Lucas was a 45-minute discussion in a pet store. But then Roman was another surprise for me. I came home from work, and there was a little Neapolitan Mastiff running across the front yard to greet me. He said, "You can't say no, I just bought you a new car."
Buy her a new car, butter her up a little bit, and then get another
Right,
dog.
right. I was not very happy about it. I didn't exactly want 3 big dogs, but I am the one taking most of the responsibility for them. So I am a little resentful of that. And also the other day, for the first time, he told me that he wouldn't mind having a 4th. Just so you know.
Another one?
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way.
Melissa seems to be putting up with a lot. She's saying no to all these dogs, yet they keep on coming. Chad just gets his way every single time.
But Melissa's biggest concern of all is the safety of her daughter, Sarah Kate.
Sarah likes to be in the bed with us, but the problem is the dog's on the bed. I'm afraid they're gonna hurt her, so I don't feel safe doing it. The dogs have done some things where Sarah's been involved that are very scary to me. Lucas has like barked at her twice that I can think of.
Do they sleep with you then?
Yes, they do sleep with us. Absolutely. Melissa does not like the dogs in the bed. I care for them so much, and they're such a part of the family. I want them to be comfortable.
So she doesn't seem to like that very much.
Right.
No.
I know,
It's not.
It's difficult, isn't it, sharing a bed with 3 huge, great big dogs? I know. I feel your pain. There are 3 dogs in this household that have combined weight of over 500 pounds and a little 16-month-old girl who is in danger of being knocked down or worse. This is a serious situation.
The dogs are also an unwelcome presence in the kitchen, where Melissa's attempts to keep them out have failed.
I see you've got 2 baby gates here.
I do not like the gates. There are times when the baby gates don't work for Roman because he has figured out how to open them. He'll sit there and nudge them with his nose until it pops open, and then he forces his way through it.
Chad, however, feels that the dog's gate-opening antics are worthy of reward.
See how good they are? You know, he eats his thing. He doesn't chase after. He doesn't come crazy. And Judge, are you interested, Judge? Okay, you can have one. I've always fed dogs leftover food from our table. Feed them anytime, in the kitchen, anywhere.
I have seen her a couple times, like, offer him something, and he'll open his mouth like this, and then she'll try to put it back in hers.
Do you and Chad argue about this?
We do argue about it quite a bit, but, you know, it seems that he wins out most of the time.
Melissa and Chad obviously love each other, but there are problems where the dogs are concerned, and it doesn't seem to be well balanced. There doesn't seem to be a fair exchange.
One thing Chad and Melissa do agree on is Roman's desperate need of a bath, but that has proven extremely difficult thanks to Roman's fear of water.
Romy, come here. Come here. Come here. Come on.
Ooh.
Come on, Romy. It's okay. Come on. Come on. Oops. Come on, Romy. It's a good doggy. Yeah, he is. He's such a good boy. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. He's a good doggy. It's okay. He just goes berserk. I have to keep a chain on him. And so, I mean, it's very difficult to wash him. So what I've done is, of course, like just everything else, when it's difficult, I don't do it.
Roman is stinky. Plus, he sheds a lot. So it's important that Chad is able to bathe him.
Another difficult chore Chad has given up is walking.
Chad is very intimidated by getting these dogs out on a leash, so I just wanted to see how bad they were.
If we let Roman outside, goodbye. See you later. Hopefully you don't get hit by a car. Chad will be running for a long time, and then he'll bark at me when I try to get him back in. When Victoria said that she wanted to actually see us take the dogs for a walk, the first thing that came to mind was, what's gonna happen? How are we gonna do it?
He's a little freaked out, especially if the wind blows and blows the leaves.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more apparent to me that he's just an anxious dog.
Let's turn around anyway.
Okay, come on, guys.
Let's turn around.
Come on, Lucas.
Come on, Lucas, come on, Rose. This is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Judge, you're so good.
These dogs have never been walked. All that fuss for precisely nothing. That was one of the most peaceful dog walks I've ever been on.
This was not outrageous. I thought this was gonna be Roman taking me around the neighborhood. It was a shock to me that he wasn't really trying to pull me.
You were saying it was okay because you've never done it before.
Yeah.
So that was a shock to you that it actually was okay? Chad has, in a word, been incredibly lazy with his dogs. And he has not been a responsible dog owner. There's no use in just getting dogs and then hoping that your significant other is going to do all the work. He needs to step up to the plate. He needs to do the work. He needs to recognize where he's going wrong, and I'm going to be the one to tell him.
Coming up,
I think you need a dose of reality.
Victoria zeroes in on the source of the trouble.
You should be listening to your wife.
But is Chad willing to change?
If you were my husband, you'd be out. Out.
Wow, whoa.
Victoria has spent a day observing the massive problems Melissa and Chad's 3 mastiffs are causing in their home.
This is urine here.
Yeah, this is urine.
Now, she wants to sit down with the couple and discuss what she has seen.
I'm full of slobber. Urine has gone on my boots, and that's what you live with every day.
Yes.
It's a constant.
Chad, I don't understand how you can manipulate so well to get these animals into your house and then not do that much work with them. I believe that when you get an animal and you're bringing it to be part of the family, you have to respect the rest of your family's views about getting that dog. Yet you seem to have got really impulsive, really in the moment, and then I'm gonna bring the dog home, she's gonna see the dog, and it's almost like you're lost in all of this unreality, and then bang!
Yes.
You got 3 dogs. You said it. That's exactly it. impulse control issues.
I really just didn't think it was going to be that big of a thing bringing the third dog in.
I think you need a dose of reality. Because you are actually feeding and enabling their behaviors. And you have a nervy dog in Roman. I think it's some sort of an anxiety excitement. Mm-hmm. It's a nervous excitement.
Right.
That's what it is. Let's just talk about feeding time. Mm-hmm. Having the dogs around the table, having Sarah feed the dogs, they're slobbering over her hand, she's going and picking another food. Do you know that a child or an adult can get E. coli and salmonella from saliva, and they can kill, especially children?
Right.
Your idea of a fourth dog, if you were my husband, you were a fourth dog, you'd be out. Out.
Yep.
So listen to her.
I'm gonna listen
She
to her.
says no more dogs. Say it, Melissa.
Yes, absolutely. No more dogs.
No more dogs.
What makes me worried is, are you just sitting there going, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I am like this. Yeah, totally. But you're not really listening to me.
No, I really am listening to you. And I'm committed to making the changes.
But wait a second. Melissa,
Yes,
have you told him all this before?
I have. Absolutely. Yes.
Why did you not listen to her? Why has it taken me coming in here to get this through to you when you should be listening to your wife?
Well, Melissa gives me really good advice about not going out and getting other animals, but you haven't really been too much about...
Wait, but you go out and get him anyway.
Well, I haven't done it in a couple of years.
Wow. If you want these 3 dogs in your home, you are now going to step up to the plate, take responsibility, and do the stuff you need to do with these dogs to make their lives better.
Let's do it. Okay.
Most of the dog's issues can be translated right back to Chad. If he is not committed with the training, if he doesn't work, nothing is going to change.
Victoria's first order of business is to slowly introduce Roman to the world beyond his backyard.
Walking training is so much more than just teaching Roman how to walk on a leash. I want to show him the outside world. Whoa, no way. For 2 years, Roman has been inside this house from Chad's sheer laziness. What's that? Good boy. So I want you to try and understand what his senses are going through right at this moment. Because
You can see he's nervous and he's anxious.
yeah, he's hearing things that he's never heard before. He's seeing things he's never seen before. It's getting him used to coming out here, and then it's leash training him.
Okay.
It's telling him this is the appropriate way to
do
walk
it.
on a leash.
Okay.
He's still darn strong, though.
I thought that Victoria was absolutely going to be pulled down by Roman.
If he pulls me, I'm going to stop, and I'm not going to do anything.
Okay.
Good boy. Anytime the leash is relaxed, you praise. Taking your dog for a walk like this is going to mean less pee-pee in the house.
Oh, yeah.
If you give an anxious dog exercise, dog's less stressed.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-mm. He's not going anywhere until he relaxes on the leash.
Right.
I was concerned for the majority of the walk that Roman was going to pull Victoria down.
You might be 170 pounds, Roman, and I'm 110 pounds. But I'm winning this war. Good boy. Good. Let's go.
Roman is determined to pull away,
We're gonna keep going round in circles, buddy.
but Victoria doesn't budge. And eventually, he starts to catch on.
Now he's getting into it. I like a loose leash. That's what I want. Good boy.
I was very impressed at how well the walk went with Victoria and Roman.
Rumps, come on.
But if he's pulling you too much, don't allow that.
Rumps, come here. Good boy.
Good. Say, let's
dog.
go.
Let's go.
That's it. Good.
Let's go, Romy. Come on.
It was fantastic to see Roman actually get adjusted to the leash training and to see him exploring the neighborhood and getting out.
So from now on, no more isolation for this dog.
Nope.
Every day he's gonna come out for a walk.
Okay.
My greatest fear is that Chad is not going to follow through with this, so I am hesitant of him keeping up with the training.
Coming up,
Nope, Judge.
Chad tries to take control,
Come here, Judge.
but is he up to the task?
Come here, Judge.
I like a loose leash. That's what I want.
Victoria Stilwell has been working with Chad and Melissa to reintroduce their problem mastiff Roman to the outside world. Now, she wants to address Roman's overbearing behavior at the front door.
When I first came through the door, not only were you having to pull Roman back,
Hi.
How are you?
Wow.
but when I came in, there was pee. I think that he's peeing because he gets nervous, but also he gets excited because he hasn't had a lot of exposure when he was young to new people. So the excitable pee is going to lessen a lot more when his life experience changes.
Roman is basically unconfident. But if you give him a ritual that he has to perform every single time somebody new comes to the door, he's not going to get nervy anymore, and he's not going to pee.
The first stage is to get Roman just to wait so he doesn't charge out the door.
Okay.
I am a little anxious because I'm not sure what Roman's going to do.
I'm going to just open the door.
Okay.
Back.
Roman is a big, heavy, pretty willful dog, but I wanted to claim my space at the door, and I did that using body blocking.
Stay. Stay.
You can see him thinking.
So I'm just going to go out. Stay. And I'm going to ring the doorbell. Stay.
When I rang the bell, Judge and Lucas, who were actually behind the baby gate in the kitchen, started to bark. The barking riled Roman up as well, but it was really important that I keep my cool and keep doing what I was doing.
Stay. 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 Gonna ring it again. Stay. Stay. Good.
I'd almost have to say that's like a magic trick.
Roman's next challenge is to stay equally calm when a guest arrives.
Bear in mind that when this person comes, just because Roman hasn't been exposed to a lot of people, he still might pee.
Okay.
Chad, now you're going to take over.
Okay, sounds good.
So take it away.
Okay.
When I come over to ring the doorbell or whatever else, Roman just goes nuts.
Roman? Roman? Over here. Please provide me some space. How are you today? Stay.
Chad talks
Come here. No,
and talks
I think we need to switch places.
and talks to Roman, as if Roman is a human being.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Okay, too much talk.
Okay.
And I'm saying you're confusing him. If you want him to do something, make it easy for him to understand.
Sit.
Make sure that you use a very simple word
Stay.
and use it once.
Come on in, Matt. Stay. Thank you. How you doing? Good. What's going on?
While Chad took some time to get a handle on the technique, Roman's performance has been impressive.
Roman was incredible today. I mean, it was a huge difference.
Now he is peeing again a little bit, but I knew that he would.
The fact that Roman peed so little gives me hope that in the future, when more and more guests come through that front door, it's going to be no big deal. He's not going to feel the need to pee.
With Roman showing more self-control at the front door, Victoria wants to teach Chad a little restraint as well.
When the family's eating, Roman especially is at the table, slobbering over the food, getting fed by Chad, slobbering over Sarah's hand when she hands him a treat. Disgusting.
I'm with Melissa on this one. When you are eating or when Sarah Kate is here eating, no dogs in the kitchen at any time.
Yes, okay.
The baby gate still plays an important role, especially when Sarah Kate's in the kitchen, but I want to train the dogs that they have to stay out of the kitchen without the baby gate being there.
Now, Melissa, I want you to start preparing food. I'm going to keep the dogs out of here. Whilst you're preparing, keep an eye on what I'm doing. Chad, keep an eye on what I'm doing.
Okay.
Using body blocking, Victoria draws a line in the hallway that the dogs cannot cross.
Chad, I want you to take a step back.
Okay.
Melissa, pretend that you're here by yourself.
Okay.
You're cooking. You don't want the dogs in.
Okay.
I'm going to stand next to you.
Okay.
You control it. Tell them to stay.
Stay. Sit. Good boy.
You can tell him to lie down.
Down. Good boy. Stay. Stay.
After a few reinforcements, the dogs stay out of the kitchen on their own accord.
It was great to have the dogs sitting outside of the kitchen area while I was cooking. That's gonna make my life a lot easier. Oh, that's so difficult for them because that smells so good.
Melissa's got the technique down pat, but when it's time to sit down, it's Chad's turn to enforce the new rules.
Nope, Judge. Back. Judge, come on. Judge, come here. Come here, Judge. Come here, Judge. Come on, big boy. I know you're. Come here, Judge.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. You don't have
Don't
to fight
hurt.
them.
Okay.
Don't challenge. Come on, say all
Come on,
right.
guys.
We're all going out.
Come
on, guys.
good boy.
Come back and tell them to stay.
Stay.
Body blocking works pretty well with these dogs, but they're big dogs. They can get past. If they do, they'll just go very calmly into the kitchen and get them to go out again.
How does this feel for you, Melissa? Fantastic. It feels incredible to be able to do this.
Hey, Rose.
Having won the battle in the kitchen, now Victoria wants to conquer Roman's colossal fear of water.
Come on.
These gloves are great because what they do is they sort of massage as well as taking hair out.
Yeah.
But also, what we're going to do in the end, we're going to get them wet.
Okay.
I use gloves to begin with that are especially designed for washing and grooming a dog.
Good boy, Wumps.
Yeah.
Good dog.
I showed Roman and then I stroked him. No big deal.
I'm going to go over to the pail.
Okay.
I then went over with one glove, dipped my hand into the warm water, came back to where Roman was and started to groom him again.
He's like, ooh, something's different.
You're getting the dog used to having the wet feeling on his skin.
Right.
So I'm going to go over to the water again.
Okay. Good boy.
I repeated this a couple of times and then I got Chad to do it.
Oh, you're so good.
And we kept on doing this, getting closer and closer to the pail of water until we were right next to the pail of water and put wet on his back.
No big deal.
So he's pretty wet now.
He's very wet. He's fully wet. You just got your first mini bath.
Chad seems to be very confident in his abilities to do the training, but I wonder if he really will follow through.
Coming up, Melissa wants the dogs off the bed,
Roman.
but Roman isn't giving an inch.
It will be a battle between us.
Victoria Stilwell has been giving Chad Sanders some new strict boundaries.
No dogs in the kitchen at any time.
Now, she wants Chad to continue his work in socializing Roman with the outside world.
Socialization should happen when the dog's a puppy. And of course, if you don't do it when the dog's a puppy, then the dog starts to see people and starts to fear people.
Right.
Roman hasn't received any socialization to other people or to other dogs, and that potentially could be dangerous. We already know he's a little nervous. You don't want a big dog like that becoming fearfully aggressive.
I had just have two people to begin with. They're just going to walk past, say hi, and you're going to praise him. If everything's okay, then they're going to come up and greet you.
Come on, Rob. Let's go.
Don't let him pull you.
My honest thought was, oh no, here we go.
Hi, Chad.
Hey, Mike, long time.
Tell him good boy.
Good boy, good boy.
Good.
Good boy, Roman. When the first walker actually came by, I was shocked because he did not lunge, try to pull me in that direction. I'm just ecstatic.
He's a walkable dog now.
Yeah,
He really is.
yeah.
With the amount of socialization they've done, Roman could have turned into a very, very unconfident dog that could be threatened to the point of aggression. But fortunately, Roman loves people, and that's great.
Hey there, how are you?
Hi.
Good boy, Roman. Good boy.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
With Roman looking more and more confident, the next step is to allow him to greet.
Hey guys, how are y'all?
How are you?
Hey, Roman. That is a good dog, Rom.
Yeah, and
You
you
got
plenty
some
of
friends.
praise from
Yeah.
him.
Good dog, Roman.
Roman did seem very social with the people along the walk. He handled it very well. He did great.
A sociable dog.
Very sociable.
Yes.
Yes, utopia.
Utopia, love it.
It's time that Roman really start learning about the world, and it's up to Chad and Melissa to help him do that.
Back inside, Victoria wants to implement new ground rules in the bedroom.
From now on, when you are on this bed, no dogs, nothing, at any time, ever.
Okay.
How's that?
It's good.
Is it really?
Is that a permanent thing, though?
It's a permanent thing, I'm telling you.
I like
Permanent,
the new
permanent?
sheriff.
No,
that's
I'm
in
telling you
town.
it's permanent.
They've been in that bed for 9 and 6 years, respectively, and it just kills me when I see them that they want to get in, and I have to say no.
So what I teach the dogs, I teach them to get off on a command.
Victoria will work with each dog separately, but due to his arthritis, Judge will sit this one out.
I'm going to train Lucas now to get off the bed.
Okay.
Okay? I want these dogs to love getting off this bed.
Yeah.
More than they like getting on it.
Right.
Hey, come on. Oh, what a good boy. Off. Very good boy.
Boy, Lucas.
What a good boy. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay? And it keeps you safe. Mastiffs are so big, they're so heavy, there's so much stress on the joints already that I don't want to go too far with this training.
But before Lucas gets a break, it's time for Chad to try.
Lucas off. Good boy.
Now, lots of cuddles and attention.
Boy, Lucas.
Beautiful.
Good doggy.
Now, Victoria wants to try the same process with Roman.
All right, so now he's got on by himself, okay? Same thing, just tell him to get off. Roman, off. Good boy.
Good
Do you
boy,
like it?
Roman.
I don't keep on telling him off, off, off. He was like, I don't know, what do you want me to do? I told her stay there. Stay pointing.
Okay.
You don't want the dog to think that a command or a cue is a repeated word. You want the dog to take action as soon as you say something.
Then it's Melissa's turn.
Off. Roman. Just point and look where you're pointing, say nothing. Now, wait. Wait, and don't look at him.
Okay. Roman took a little bit longer to get off for me. I do think that it will be a battle between us.
So, now because he's whining, I don't want him to get anxious. Get down on the ground. Okay. There, come, okay? Get down on the ground. There you go. And show him that you've got the food in your hand. There. Good.
Good boy.
Good. He was confused. Your energy and your movement can help propel the dog.
Okay.
I think Chad is going to struggle very much with not having the dogs in the bed. Can he manage it? I don't think so.
While Chad tries to live up to the challenge, Victoria has a clever tool to help clean up the mess the dogs have left on the bed.
It's a Pledge fabric sweeper. And what you do is just by little strokes like that, you sweep the pet hair off. And all the pet hair in the end gets contained in here, and then you just chuck it away. So, try it out.
Amazing.
Good.
That's
Look
look at that.
That's beautiful.
It's amazing.
That's much better in 2 or 3 minutes.
That is disgusting.
It is disgusting. It is.
I'm going to leave you for a while, and you have a lot to do. You now know that a lot of the nervous anxiety that Roman's feeling is down to you.
Right.
I'd like you to be walking this dog at least 45 minutes a day.
Okay.
Then you have to come back, and you have to take Lucas and Judge out.
Absolutely.
Are you going to be able to do that?
I am absolutely going to do it.
Okay.
I am a little concerned that I'm not going to have Victoria to rally around me.
Bye, guys. See you.
Thank you. It is going to be more of a challenge dealing with Chad without her by my side. I think that he's going to be the weak link here.
Coming up,
Well, just good boys.
Chad ignores the rules
Good doggy, Lucas.
and pays the price.
Come on.
Bye, guys.
Victoria Stilwell has left Chad and Melissa for a few days to continue training on their own. As Victoria suggested, Chad and Melissa have reinstalled the baby gate while Sarah Kate is in the kitchen.
Good dogs. The kitchen has been absolutely perfection.
All I know is it's a lot more peaceful in here than it used to be, isn't it?
With the gate up, we just leave them outside of the gate. Roman has tried to come through a couple of times, but he understands what we want.
Back, back.
Back. Back. Good boy. Back.
No dogs in the kitchen.
Melissa is definitely much more pleased now that we've got the kitchen under control because it's not only more sanitary, but it's also a safer condition for Sarah.
Oh, Lucas, you want to eat? Come on.
At the dog's mealtime, Chad appears to be heeding Victoria's call to take charge.
I think Chad has taken on more of a leadership role with the dogs. So I think he's definitely putting forth his best efforts.
Later in the week, Victoria checks in on the couple's progress.
I'm eager to see if Chad and Melissa have kept up with their homework.
This is the magic glove. The magic glove, Roman.
Good boy, Romes. Good boy. Yes. Look at that dog.
As far as washing Roman, I was real surprised. He took right to it. His anxiety towards water has really improved. And now I feel confident that, I can absolutely bathe him.
Come here. Good boy.
Well done, Chad. By the looks of things, I would never even guess that Roman was ever afraid of water.
That afternoon, the couple invites a friend over, and it's a chance to work with Roman at the front door.
Hold on, Romes. Come on, Romes. Come on, Roman. Good boy, Roman.
Sit.
Sit.
That's it, Chad. Claim your space.
Sit, Judge. Oh, God.
Mike will be with you in a minute.
A couple of things that probably haven't worked out as well as we thought has been the door training. And it's probably been because we haven't had a lot of repetition, so we need to work on that.
Not a lot of repetition. I told you to practice training regularly.
Stay.
Stay.
Stay. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Chad.
Come on in. Roman.
And then
Just close the door behind you.
and we just talk.
There's. Nope. Just turn around if you. There we go. Roman.
How do you expect Roman to improve if you don't practice more? You need to do this as much as possible so that Roman sees guests as no big deal.
After his quick visit, Roman gets a chance to explore the neighborhood with Chad.
Walking's been going great. Roman is, loving learning about his new surroundings. I think the exercise is, making him a lot less anxious. It's been a real good experience.
But while Roman has been getting his exercise, Judge and Lucas have been less active.
Chad is not walking all of the dogs. He's only been able to take Roman, and I do think it's important for the other two dogs to get their exercise, especially with their arthritis.
This is ridiculous, Chad. How many times do you need to be told? Judge and Lucas need to be walked regularly, and there's absolutely no excuse for not doing it.
Back at the house, there's another piece of advice that Chad has been ignoring.
Come on, Judge. Good boys.
What is he doing?
Good doggy, Lucas.
Chad, in the beginning, was very gung-ho about Victoria's rules. And then I think that he thought that he could control the situation by asking the dogs up when he wanted and having them off when he wanted. So he kind of lost sight of the primary goal being Sarah's safety.
Roman. Roman.
I can't wait to hear your excuse on this one, Chad.
When Melissa and Sarah Kate leave, Chad finds
Roman,
out how little
sit.
control he has.
Sit. No. Come on. Come on. Stop it.
This is exactly why you need to have boundaries, Chad. Can you imagine if Sarah Kate was on the bed? You and I need to have a serious chat. I'm on my way back.
Victoria is returning to Chad and Melissa's home to find out why Chad has been ignoring her advice.
Hello.
Victoria's coming today. I think we're going to be in good shape. So we're excited about it.
I've been watching your progress. First of all, Chad, why have you not walked Judge and Lucas? And you've been walking Roman, I'll give you your due. Why not?
By the time I get home and I take Roman out and then I come back.
All these dogs need to do is get out for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it. Put their leashes on, their collars on, and take them out.
All right, let's do it.
While Lucas and Judge get some much-needed exercise, Victoria has some questions for Melissa.
With regards to the bedroom, why aren't you tougher about it?
Chad's just very stubborn and selfish, and that's what he wants, so that's what happens.
There was a big fight that happened on that bed. It's so obvious Chad always gets his way, but it's time that Chad grow up and see there's a reason why I'm being so serious about this. All right, how did that feel?
It felt good. They enjoyed it.
Now, we gotta tackle this bed situation. There's a reason why I said no dogs on the bed. One of them was Sarah Kate, okay, being on there. The second was Melissa said she did not want them in the bed. So why did you do it?
That's a good question. I thought I could get around it and manage it, but okay.
No, you've got to listen now. No more of this, Chad. You've got to listen.
Okay.
Because that fight that happens on the bed is going to happen everywhere else.
It is.
And your little girl is going to be in the middle of it one day.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Again, I know that I'm going to go out of here and you're going to wheedle your way somehow and it's going to go back to what it was before. I'm going to put the rule in place now.
Okay.
No dogs on the bed ever at any time. Ever, ever, ever.
Deal.
That's the way.
Deal.
All right, we've got some other stuff to work
All right,
on,
let's
so
do
let's
it.
get to it.
Okay. It was wonderful, actually, to have Victoria talk to Chad in that tone of voice, because he doesn't get that a lot.
Straight away, Victoria wants to put an end to Lucas and Roman's dangerous squabbles.
I really want you to now take charge of your dogs. You're still a little bit flaky. You've shown that with the whole bedroom scenario.
Okay.
I wanted to show Chad how to train the dogs to take turns. By the dogs taking turns, that means the dogs aren't going to get jealous of each other, and that's going to limit the fights. I want you to put Roman over here,
Okay.
and I want you to make him sit.
Okay, come here, Rose. Come here, Rose. Sit. Stay.
I want you to get Lucas over to you.
Come here, Lucas.
Stay.
The plan is to teach Roman to wait while Lucas
Sit.
gets Chad's attention.
Sit. Stay. Bring Lucas over to you.
Lucas, come here.
There. Now, I want you to say Lucas's turn.
Lucas's turn.
Take over saying stay to Roman.
Roman, stay. Lucas's turn. Stay. Lucas's turn.
The purpose of taking turns is to show the dogs that they can be close to Chad when he's giving the other dog attention.
Now it's Lucas's turn to wait while Roman gets a little affection.
Okay, Roman, come here. Lucas, stay. This is Roman's turn.
Good.
Roman's turn. Yes, big doggy. Good doggy.
Lucas is more of the aggressor of the two. He's the instigator. But because he's good at waiting, I think this training is going to really work.
Now that Roman and Lucas are getting along, Victoria wants to see how Roman interacts with the other dogs in the neighborhood.
I have a person with a very calm dog up the road. And what we're going to do is we're going to see how Roman, what his greeting potential's like. Is he going to be able to greet? Roman has received no socialization. The only dogs he's ever met are Lucas and Judge. So to actually meet a dog outside, this is going to be huge. So now he's going to get a visual of Jasmine.
Roman's so big and unpredictable, and you just don't know what's going to happen. I was extremely afraid that he was going to try to eat the other dog.
He's very
I'm not
interested.
going to stop him from pulling me.
Okay.
So as soon as Roman saw the other dog, I let him go. Say hi. Whoa. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good play, good play. Good boy. Roman went into a play bow, and he was really excited about greeting the other dog. I love this play.
Melissa and I were just absolutely overjoyed that both of the dogs got along. Now we know that we can take Roman on walks. If we encounter other dogs, we're going to be in good shape. It was just a wonderful experience.
He wants to go out again.
Yeah,
He's wanting to go out again.
absolutely.
He likes it outside. The areas that you still got to work on, especially you, Chad, is to keep those dogs off the bed.
Yep.
Off the bed.
All times.
So important. It's so important that you step up as a leader for your dogs rather than indulging them so much. Be a leader.
Yep.
I think Chad realizes how important it is that he keeps training his dog because he's got to think of his little girl first. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And no, you cannot go out the door with me.
Thank you.
Bye. See you.
I came into this with thinking that, you know, I kind of knew some of the things and that, you know, pets were people too, that they were pack animals. But Victoria and her positive reinforcement and understanding kind of really what her perception is of dogs' behavior has really changed my whole mindset. Good boy. Come on.
Since Victoria's been gone, you know, our lives have changed for the better. I feel 100% safer in this house with the dogs in the house with Sarah.
Roman.
Good boy. There really haven't been any more scraps in terms of for Roman and Lucas.
Roman's turn.
I think with Victoria's advice of letting them know when it's each one of those times to have, you know, kind of socialization with Melissa or I. And everything has been wonderful.
Hold on, guys. Come on. Judge.
So we've had people come over. It has not been 100% perfect, but it's certainly been much more successful than we have been in the past. No peeing.
Stay.
If we just keep working with it, we'll be in good shape.
Stay. Come on in. Stay. Good boy. Good boy. It's a good dog.
On this episode of It's Me or the Dog, Victoria tackles a love triangle.
This is it. I draw the line.
There's Adam, his girlfriend Layla, and Adam's two dogs, 11-year-old mixed breed Luca,
He is very demanding. He runs this house.
and 7-year-old soft-coated Wheaten Terrier Zoe.
Adam kisses Zoe more than he does Layla.
Blinded by love, Adam indulges both dogs' bad behavior.
There it is. There it is.
He even allows Zoe the best spot in bed.
You see them with Auntie Lele?
Layla's ready to call it quits.
I am at my wit's end.
Can Victoria put Adam's priorities in order?
Layla has said, it's me or the dog. Are you really going to let Layla go?
Or is there no room for new love in his life?
Don't tell me that you're going to work on not doing it and then do it. Is this worth saving or isn't it?
Victoria Stilwell has over 13 years' experience training dogs in Great Britain and the USA. Today, she's on her way to visit Layla and Adam's home to assess the situation with their two dogs, Luca and Zoe.
It's important to have an understanding of your dogs as dogs and not as children. Treating dogs too much like humans can have a negative influence on their amazing dogdom.
I'm just nervous, I think, about meeting Victoria because I don't want Zoe and Luca to feel like they're getting in trouble.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, hey, hello. Hey. Wow, that was an enthusiastic greeting. Hello, beautiful dogs. Wow. I can see one of the problems right here. Uh-huh.
I wasn't embarrassed about Zoe or Luca in front of Victoria because I need somebody outside of me to go, this is going on. There is a problem here because Adam sure won't listen to me.
Now, which is which?
That's Luca and that's Zoe.
Luca and Zoe. Oh, I just got an ear nibble.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Yes? Are you going to come say hi too? Hello. That was pet me.
He is very demanding. He demands his food. He demands his pets. He runs this house. We can't have guests over. You know, my mother will not step foot in this house.
Really?
Will not come here because of the dogs. Who wants to live with this all night?
One person who definitely does is Adam. He is utterly devoted to his dogs, but even he knows that all is not well.
Luca and Layla don't get along very well. Luca has bitten her on both of her feet and on her hand.
Oh.
And drawn blood.
He's drawn blood.
This is a really serious problem because Luca bites very, very hard. Wow. I've seen Layla's feet. She has been scarred by Luca's bites.
He bit my hand for trying to take a tissue once.
Okay. And what situation did he bite you on the feet?
I walked too close to the bed. He decided that underneath the bed is a safe zone for him. He's very comfortable and compact in there. Nobody can get to him.
So he'll bite you if you try and take something away from him, but he'll also bite you if he's under the bed and you get too close to that space.
And one of the issues that we are having is that he doesn't see a problem. So where there's no problem, there's nothing to fix.
I sometimes feel that maybe Layla antagonizes him, and he was within his safe zone, and it was his way of saying, stay away from me.
Layla, however, sees things differently.
Adam is absolutely in denial. He sees the dogs as perfect angels. When I got bit on my foot, he laughed at me and he told me it was my fault. I finally was like, this is it. I draw the line. It's me or the dog.
So you said that?
Oh, yeah.
To...
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Really?
I will leave if this doesn't work. I've been very clear about that. I am at my wit's end. Either we get help for the dogs or I go. That's it. I'm so exhausted. These dogs have exhausted me. Luca, this is it. See, he's taking it.
In addition to guarding territory, Luca is also protective of things he has in his mouth.
So if I try and get that away...
There it is.
Right.
There it is.
The most serious problem that Luca has is not just his space guarding, but his resource guarding. Whenever he has something in his mouth, if you try and take it away from him, he's going to bite you.
Luca?
Even Adam is not immune to Luca's possessive behavior.
Luca, can I please have that?
Wow,
There it is.
wow.
There it is. There you go.
Can I have that?
Now,
Wow, no, don't. I don't want you to press him anymore.
He won't bite my hand.
Well, he just bit your foot.
I don't see it as him attacking me. I look at it as, I sort of snuck up on him trying to get the lid away from him. I think I am able to take this away from him.
You think, wait a second, I know he'd bite you. Adam seemed to be in complete denial about Luca's intentions. Luca had big intent to harm. If you try to take that away from him, he would bite you.
Luca's behavior is not the only thing coming between Adam and Layla. Zoe is literally right between them in bed at night.
This is us every night.
Oh.
And I'm like this all night.
Okay.
If I'm uncomfortable and I have no room, too bad, the children are sleeping on the bed. If I get them off the bed, he calls them back up. There is no room for intimacy. There is no room for cuddling.
Zoe is always my first priority when I get into bed, and that's the way Zoe and I have always been. It's just natural for Zoe and I to cuddle up every night.
Zoe looks very comfortable there, and she's getting all of the love and cuddles in the world.
You sleeping with Auntie Lele? You tired? Yeah.
Adam caresses and kisses Zoe more than he does Layla. She doesn't even get a look in.
Zoe, come here, little baby. You sleeping?
If I come in then and say, no dogs on the bed, how would you handle that?
It would be very, very difficult.
It says something about a relationship when the dog is continually allowed to sleep in the middle of a couple.
Although Zoe is not shy to take her space on the bed, she is shy when Adam or Layla try to take her picture.
There's something about the camera. She's not having it. She's hiding. It's a very strange thing.
Wow.
The video doesn't bother her, with the video cameras, but digital cameras will have no part of it.
The really interesting thing that Adam and Layla told me about was that Zoe doesn't like having a picture taken. She runs away and hides. I've heard of people not liking having their pictures taken, but never a dog.
One person who's had enough of both dogs' behavior is Layla's mother.
Layla.
She stops by for one last visit to share her concerns with Victoria.
Layla's mom was obviously startled by the dogs. They made her feel uncomfortable.
The minute I ring the doorbell, I hear the barking, and I know what's going to happen when I open the door, and it's really distressful. It really is. The dogs abruptly jump on me, and I don't like it. I do not like it.
I'm very embarrassed about Luca and Zoe's behavior because my mom's so unhappy in that situation. And it hurts me that my mom won't come over to my house.
Jumping is not the only reason Layla's mom refuses to visit.
You know, he bit me. He broke my skin and bit me. I've never been bitten by a dog before. It hurt, and I was just shocked. I felt really, like, violated, like, oh my God, and I just said, I won't be back, I won't.
Okay.
Sushi.
Yeah.
It's funny with Luca. This is... Stop. Stop.
There is no intimate conversation whatsoever that can take place at dinner because the dogs never stop barking.
Hey, stop it.
How can I ever have anybody over for dinner when Luca is sitting up on his hind legs, barking really loud, demanding food?
Having a dinner at that place is not pleasant. Luca barks and barks and barks at him, and Adam feeds him little bits of sushi at the end of the chopsticks.
Welcome to my dinner.
While sushi isn't particularly healthy for dogs, the bigger issue is Adam encouraging Luca's bad behavior, and Layla's had enough.
You shouldn't feed your dog from the table. Everybody knows that. Ever since we've lived together, we haven't had a happy household. So it means everything for this to work. I could stay, our relationship could grow, we could all live together as a family, we could start a life together.
So, in a way, you're reinforcing their behavior. Well, not in a way, you are.
I do reinforce some of their bad behavior, but I don't want to not share. I know he loves sushi.
Adam seems to be in complete denial about his dog's behavior. He makes excuses. He puts his dogs before his girlfriend. And I think if he's not careful, he's going to be alone with them.
Coming up, Adam gets a reality check.
You're not the dog's father.
But can he accept the truth?
Are you still in denial?
Victoria Stilwell has had a full day to observe Adam and Layla's problems with their dogs, Luca and Zoe.
There it is. There it is.
Now, she wants to sit down to confront the issues.
Tell me, Adam, first of all, what do these dogs mean to you?
I always take care of them first before I take care of myself. So they really are like having young children.
Where does Layla fit into your family?
We always refer to her as Auntie Lele with the dogs.
I am told in this household, and it is made clear that I am not their mother.
I think all of this is a little skewed because you're not the dog's father. You're not the dog's auntie.
I know.
However, it does bring up a massive point. Adam, Layla has said, it's me or the dog. She really has said it. Are you really going to be by yourself with your dogs? Are you really going to let Layla go?
Well, that's why we're here. I don't want to let Layla go because I love her a great deal, but, my dogs we're a team, we're a package.
What is it like for you, Layla, to come in and have to share your bed with a dog?
It's uncomfortable. Zoe gets to be the divider between the two of us. And any form of intimacy is really out, and it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No. And how do you feel like, because Layla's obviously getting upset here, so, what does that mean to you?
It's something that we have to change. But I don't even know how to keep Zoe off of the bed. She will get back up on the bed.
You've never tried to sleep with Zoe off the bed, so that's not really a fair statement.
A lot of people will deny their dog's bad behavior and give excuses for that behavior. Are you in denial that your dog has a major problem? Are you still in denial?
No, it's a problem.
Okay. You've got to be willing to work with me. Are you willing?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Training begins at the front door.
I know one of the biggest difficulties you have is when people come in and Zoe jumps all over them. I don't care whether she's sitting or whether she's standing or whether she's lying down. I just want her to stay in one position, wherever that position is going to be. All dogs need motivation to work. You're going to be using food, and the only time you give her a treat is after the whole command is completed. All right?
Victoria has Layla ring the doorbell to demonstrate.
Stay. Stay. Uh-oh. And she moves forward. She's not going to get to greet the person. The person stays outside. Stay. Come in. Stay. Stay.
On the second attempt, Zoe catches on and is rewarded with a bit of chicken.
Say hi. Say hi. Good girl.
Now, I'd like you to do this, Layla. Wait 10 seconds.
Stay. The door training would really, really help us to have guests over if this succeeds. Okay, good girl.
Say hello.
Say hello.
Hi. Hello, miss.
With Zoe responding well to the training, Victoria wants Adam to try with Luca.
Luca, stay. Stay. Stay.
Don't be combative. Nice light voice.
Stay. Stay. Stay.
With Luca showing resistance, Adam's indulgent instinct takes over.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Should I give him a treat so that he knows that I have them?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Adam has such a history of spoiling the dogs, giving them whatever they want whenever they want it. I think all of this is going to be very hard for him. He has to exercise impulse control.
Luca, stay. Stay. Luca, stay. Luca, stay. Stay. Good boy.
All right, now, that was good. You're still a little combative. This is very interesting because you've got this kind of relationship where you put any kind of pressure on him at all, he fights right back at you. Don't you dare tell me what to do, he's saying.
Now that Luca has reluctantly made some progress, it's time to work with both dogs together.
Zoe, stay. 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 Zoe, stay. 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 Stay.
Keep your body upright.
I was frustrated, trying to figure out a way to get Luca to listen and do what he's told to do. Stay. 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 Luca, stay.
Adam was taking quite a while. He was really struggling with it. But, you know, it's tough. With two dogs that have a habit of barking and jumping up on people, it takes time.
Stay.
After 20 minutes of training, Adam finally gets Victoria in the door.
Stay. Stay.
Nearly. Nearly. Okay. Adam has done very little training with his dogs. And so to actually get up and do some and work with his dogs, I think it was a big thing for him.
I think this is going to be really difficult for him.
Yeah. I think everything is going to be difficult for you because it's changing a habit. You're changing a habit of a lifetime.
Now that she's back inside, Victoria decides it's time to address Luca's guarding behavior.
I'm going to introduce the trade game with him. Now, I have to be careful with this dog because he doesn't know it's a game yet.
First, Victoria has Adam put a harness on Luca to make sure he doesn't lunge during the training. Then, she covers several plastic lids with peanut butter to make the trade game more enticing.
Trade. Boy, is this fun? And make it a game. Trade. Because before, it's been a threat and a challenge.
Each time Victoria redirects Luca's attention to a new lid, he happily gives up the old one.
I'm telling him, I am no threat to you. So, remember, he loses, but he gains. So your reward can either be a treat, it can be praise, it can be a toy, but he's got to gain too. Now, I want you to do this, okay? Just be aware of his body language. Make it light, non-threatening, calm. The more threatening your behavior, the more challenging you are, and the more the dog will react negatively. Change the picture. Make it no big deal. Make it a game. Make it light. The dog will respond. That's it. Just give him one. There you go. Now he's in the process of guarding. Now, put another one on the ground, not near him, but far, a little bit away, and say trade.
Luca, trade. Trade.
Remember, don't bark orders at him.
Okay.
Keep it light. This is a game, okay? Okay, now, that's his guarding position. You see, I can feel his body go tense. So I'm holding onto the leash. I want you to say, trade.
Trade. Trade.
Good boy.
I'm gonna really work on lowering my tone and making it more friendly in hopes that maybe he will recognize that as not a confrontation, but as me really asking him to go do something.
Because he's got a long history of challenges from you, he is much more into guarding it from you.
Not only do we have to break a pattern of many years of behavior with Zoe and Luca, we have to break a pattern of many years of behavior with Adam.
Coming up,
Place.
Victoria puts Luca on the spot.
Very good boy. That's what I wanted.
But will Adam follow through?
Luca, place.
Expert dog trainer Victoria Stilwell has tackled mixed breed Luca's possession and guarding habits. Now she wants to address Luca's other dangerous behavior.
Under the bed here is, as you call it, his safe zone. You come near it, he's gonna nail you. So, what do? You need to take pressure off this dog, change his mindset so that your approach to the bed is not a threatening one. And this is how we do it, target training. Touch. Good boy. I want a good nose touch. Touch. Oh. That's one way you could do it. Touch. Good boy. You're not going to go up to the bed and put your hand under the bed to try and get the dog out. But you can use the hand a distance away from the bed. Give him the touch command, and the idea is that he comes up and touches the hand because he knows he's going to get something good in return. Touch.
To associate the command with the bed, Victoria repeats the process around its perimeter.
I wanted to show Luca that actually the perimeter of the bed is a fun place and not a place that he needs to guard. Good boy. He's really moving now. Layla, I just want you to do what I did. I then let Layla try, as she's the person that's always getting bitten. Touch. Good boy.
He is so intelligent. I was really excited by how fast he took to it.
Touch.
I saw him having to work for something.
Uh-oh.
And I saw his mind and his little wheels turning.
Luca, touch. Good boy.
It gave me a chance to see how intelligent he is.
All good things happen around the bed, not underneath it.
Okay.
Presenting the camera.
Now, Victoria shifts her focus to Zoe's unusual fear.
I wanted to desensitize Zoe to the camera. So first of all I did was bring the camera down, let her touch it with her nose, and gave her a treat. I repeated this a couple of times so that she could see that the actual physical camera was no threat to her. Oh, and I'm going to put the camera up to my eyes. Zoe didn't seem to mind the camera at all when I had it in my hand. So then the next thing to do was to turn it on. Good girl. All right, you've got to realize that dogs hear higher pitches than we do, and that's pretty high pitched. After I desensitized her to turning on the camera, I then desensitized her to actually taking pictures without the flash going off. Say sausages. Oh, good girl. Well, that's a beautiful picture.
Zoe's handling it well, so Victoria sets up for a family portrait with the flash.
Zoe, sausages. Good girl.
Now, it's Adam's turn.
Zoe, sausages. Zoe.
Isn't that funny?
She's totally different.
Totally different.
With you than she was with her. It was very interesting how she was more willing to stay in front of the camera for Victoria than she was for Adam.
Then I had to desensitize Zoe to the fact that Adam was taking the picture. And I had Adam have the treats right next to the camera, say sausages.
Sausages.
Take the picture and then give her a treat. There you go. After a couple of tries, she was fine. It's the whole pointing, shooting, the whole learned behavior that she has with you. And so if you just do that, pair it with something nice and pleasurable, she'll be fine.
Perfect.
Okay. We got several pictures of Zoe today, and hopefully we'll get a lot more.
With Zoe's fear put to rest, Victoria is ready to tackle Luca's terrible table manners.
During meal times, Luca is a pain. He does not stop barking or whining, especially Adam, because he's been fed all the time from the table. And Layla's had enough of it. So I wanted to give Lucas something else to do, but also to teach Lucas some impulse control. So I have put right here a special mat. This is the mat he has to go to when you're eating. For now, the only way he's gonna get food from here is if he goes on his mat. And I'm going to teach him the place command. We're going to see if you pick this up, mister. Here. I'm going to lead him on the mat. Place. Good boy. I wait for his whole body to get on the mat before he gets the treat.
Now that Luca associates the mat with treats, Victoria wants him to place himself there when commanded.
Place. He barks at me, I turn my back. Place. Good boy.
For the next step, Victoria wants Luca to remain quietly on the mat while she's at the dinner table.
Uh-oh. Here. Stay. Place is easy, stay is really hard. Stay. Place. Stay. 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 Very good boy. That's what I wanted.
Now, Adam has a turn.
Luca, place. I wasn't surprised he challenged me, but I was more impressed that he eventually relented and said, okay, Dad, I gotta do it, so I'm gonna do it. Good boy.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Well done. Well done.
It was very exciting for me to see Adam working with Luca. It gave me a chance to see how intelligent he is because I've never seen him take any commands or have to work for anything. And the hope is that that can continue.
Coming up, Victoria raises the stakes.
Now, this is going to be the test. Can he go to place with this food on the table? Stay. Place.
Expert dog trainer Victoria Stilwell has been teaching Adam and Layla how to put Luca in his place.
Place.
To set Luca up for success, Victoria is using low-value, less enticing food and has moved the mat closer to the table.
Okay, we're not going to eat it at the moment, but it's just there. Now, this is going to be the test. Can he go to place with this food on the table? Place. Place. Stay. Good boy.
Can he smell the food?
I'm sure.
Bet he can. Stay.
Luca lets Victoria know how he feels. But when he gets no response, he quickly returns to his mat.
Stay. Boy. See, what I don't want to do, I don't want to build up a chain. Him coming out, and then he goes back, and immediately he gets a treat. He has to be on that mat for a long time before he gets a treat. So he knows that he's being treated for being on the mat. He never gets any of this food on the table. He just gets the treats that you provide him from you, not from the table. All right, now let's swap.
Now, Adam gives it a try.
Luca, place. Stay.
Okay, eat. Put him in his place again.
Luca, place. Luca, place. Stay.
Now throw him a piece of food, good boy.
Good boy.
Lovely, well done. Very good, Adam. I really feel like you were more relaxed and your whole demeanor was different. Your voice was much calmer. You were in complete control.
Okay.
And he was listening to you, and he didn't fight back, and it was fabulous. I started off using low-value food, but I want the couple to continue with training and gradually introducing more delicious foods, ending up hopefully on my return with sushi.
With that bad habit hopefully broken, Victoria wants to address Adam's bad habit of allowing Zoe on the bed.
I have something here for Zoe, and she already got on it. She loves it. I'm a good girl. Oh, that's nice.
She jumped right on it.
She's like, this is, I like it here.
Awesome.
I want to see, Adam, if you can sleep with her on the bed here next to you.
I think we can do that.
And you can lie here, hey, and you can still have that connection with her here, and she can still be touching you. You could still be touching her, but she's not in the middle of you.
It's fantastic.
Good night.
I'm very excited about Zoe being out of the bed. It's gonna be great to have a full night's sleep. And it might be nice to cuddle up to my boyfriend once in a while.
Coming up, with Victoria gone, will Adam keep his promises?
What are you doing?
Dog expert Victoria Stilwell has been working with conflicted couple Adam and Layla and their two dogs, Luca and Zoe.
Your voice was much calmer. You were in complete control.
For the next few days, the owners will carry out the training alone.
I really hope this works.
But before Victoria leaves, she has some further instructions.
First of all, I want you to keep working on place, up the ante by using more delicious foods so that by the time I come back, Luca's ready for the sushi. Work well, work hard. I'll see you in a couple of days, okay? Bye, pup. See you later.
It's their first morning without Victoria.
Sausages!
And Adam's using what he learned to capture Zoe for the family's wall of fame.
Good girl.
Later on, the couple continues to work with Luca on his aggressive guarding behavior.
Good touch. Come on.
First, in the bedroom with the touch training.
Good boy. I think the touch training that Victoria taught us was far more successful than the chase Luca under the bed training that we had done in the past. Luca, trade.
And then in the living room with trade training.
Luca, trade. There you go, boy. Good boy.
It blows my mind. I thought there was no way to train that dog at 11 years old.
Trade. Trade. Good boy.
I definitely like him a lot more. I understand him incredibly better.
A few days later, Victoria checks in to see how Adam and Layla have been getting on.
Hi. Okay, stay.
Today, they're practicing the door training.
Stay.
Way to go, Zoe.
Zoe's continued to make huge strides, but Luca's finding it harder to stay focused.
Sit.
And so is Layla.
Sit. You make me want to fight with you. Sit. Sit.
Stay. Stay.
Layla, you cannot get frustrated. You have to be patient because you've got to realize this is going to take some time.
It's really hard for me. I get really frustrated.
Since Layla's getting nowhere, Adam steps in to show her it can be done.
Stay. I think that Layla gets apprehensive around the door because Luca's barking. So I think that once Layla realizes that Luca will respond to her, and if she's calm, he'll calm down as well. Good boy! Who's daddy's boy?
Way to go, Adam.
Adam and Layla sit down for a snack and practice the place training.
Place, Luca. Good boy.
But keeping Luca on his mat proves difficult.
Maybe it's just a matter of bringing the mat closer.
You like that?
And just bring the mat here.
All right, that mat is a little close. Though Luca's not barking, he's still begging, and the whole purpose of this training is to keep Luca away from the table.
Remember she said even if you look at him, it's rewarding him? Stop looking at him. Stop looking at him.
Okay, you know what? He's sitting and he's being quiet.
Adam, you are looking at Luca way too much. You have to remember that attention is powerful as a reward and you're devaluing it. Layla is right.
Later that night, Zoe seems to be resting comfortably in her new bed. But after a few hours, Adam calls her back into bed with him.
What are you doing? Zoe's on her bed and you're calling her up to you. You are clearly not wanting this dog out of your bed.
I get frustrated. Don't tell me that you're gonna work on something that you're not gonna work on.
The next morning, Layla airs her concerns.
It's your bed. Adam, I heard you call her up onto the bed at least 5 times last night. And I woke up at 3 in the morning with no covers because you and her had them all. Don't tell me that you're gonna work on not doing it and then do it.
Well, of course I want her up on the bed, but if it's affecting us, then she's got to sleep on this bed where she looks completely content.
But do you understand that you've said that and now you continue to ask her up on the bed every night? All I can do is try to do this with you. I told you that this is what I would try. And if it doesn't work, you already know where I stand.
Looks like Adam and Layla need to put a few things right.
Victoria is returning to Adam and Layla's home to see if their work with Luca and Zoe is paying off.
Hi.
With Adam keeping the dogs focused, Victoria immediately makes it through the front door.
Sit. Sit. Good boy. Good boy.
Zoe.
Hi, Victoria.
Zoe.
Down.
No jumping.
Zoe.
Okay, well that was one jump. That's much better.
Perfect, but it was better.
All right.
Encouraged by the progress so far, Victoria finds out how Layla is feeling.
The door has been a little frustrating for me. I need to really calm down and remember that this isn't going to be an overnight fix. It's going to take a lot of work.
You said that the door training was a bit frustrating. I mean, when I came in, I really was jumped on. I was jumped on once. And when I first came here, I was jumped on loads of times. Hello. I can see one of the ones right here. Now, what about dinner time? Because I noticed that you pulled the mat a little bit further right next to you at the table. Can you explain to me why you did that?
The reason we did that was Luca just sat there and he was quiet and he was good and he laid down. So as far as I'm concerned, he can sit there.
If you find that some things work better than others and you can kind of adapt those tools to work for you in your environment, go for it. Go for it.
To show Victoria how successful they've been, Adam and Layla demonstrate with Luca's favorite food.
This is a real test. Sushi, which is the creme de la creme, especially for him. And look at him. He's not barking. Layla, what do you think about him being so close to the table? Do you mind it?
I was a little put off by it at first, but I have to admit we've had a couple of peaceful meals with him just laying next to the table.
Okay.
If Adam insists on having Luca close by, Victoria wants him to phase out treats from the pouch.
Instead of food, your reward now becomes just a quick good boy. So you don't have to be feeding him. Just do this for a little more, and then you can get your mum around. I mean, even if she did come now, she'd be well impressed with this.
I agree.
Well done, though. Well
Thank
done.
you.
The dogs were so much better than they had been before, and they were able to sit down and eat sushi with the dogs being there.
After their success at the dinner table, Victoria moves on to one last sticking point: sleeping arrangements.
All right, let's just have a little chat, Adam. You've been bringing her up onto the bed, haven't you?
Well, no. We define sleep as when the lights go out and the TV goes off, opposed to...
And your eyes are closed.
And my eyes are closed. So Zoe and I will cuddle until it's actually
gonna fall asleep.
Until it's time to go to sleep. And then I put her into bed.
So, you know, that's obviously a bit too confusing for her.
It is confusing. Is the dog allowed up on the bed? Is the dog not allowed up on the bed? And I like to make it black or white.
Right.
Yes or no? Okay, be honest. Do you want Zoe on the bed or not?
I do want Zoe on the bed, but I would rather have Layla in the bed.
Good answer. Good answer, that man. I've done the best compromise I can. Now it's up to you. You can fight it out forever. But I think Zoe's telling you that she likes being here. I am a little surprised that Adam's not really listening to Layla, that, you know, actually it's better that Zoe is out of the bed. I just hope in the future they can work something out. When I first came here, Layla, you really said to me, you know what, it's me or the dog. And you didn't trust Adam to do a lot of the training. You said that over and over again. Tell me, what's the status now?
You know, he's put a lot of effort and time into it, and he's shown me a different side of him, and I see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, there's a lot of hope.
So, Layla, are you staying?
Yes.
Good. Adam, what do you say to that?
I'm very happy that she's staying.
You know, you really were a family that was divided, and now I feel like you've come together. Well done, guys. Bye-bye. Good luck.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye. This is great. It couldn't have worked out better. I'm glad Victoria came.
The only thing I can say to Victoria is thank you, and we are eternally grateful for you.
After just a few weeks of training on their own, Adam and Layla have seen some major changes with Zoe and Luca.
Luca trade? I've become a lot more comfortable with Luca. We work on the trade and the touch training all the time, and we're doing well together. Touch? Good boy.
That's what it's all about. Layla is much more comfortable with the dogs, and now she can really build up a positive relationship with both Zoe and Luca.
Adam has worked really hard on the bed training with Zoe.
I've committed myself to keeping Zoe out of the bed. It's a struggle, but we're working at it.
Zoe still tries to sneak up on the bed from time to time, but for the most part, she does sleep in her bed, and she really likes it.
I'm really proud of Adam because old habits are hard to break, but he's really kept up with his efforts, and this has changed the whole family dynamic.
Please. Good boy. Luca's doing fantastic with the place and stay commands.
Our lives have changed so much now that Adam has Luca's begging and jumping at the table under control.
The dogs were amazing. They really were. It is a huge improvement. It's not small.
You two were supposed to train the dog. Shush! You're just gonna come home one day and the dog will be gone. And so will you.
I feel like there's more going on here than meets the eye.
I heard somebody screaming for help.
I was very harsh on him, hard, do your chores, be very responsible.
Screaming at him.
Screaming at him.
You didn't think that actually your son had just suffered
I knew
a
it was
huge
possible.
traumatic event? I don't really think Pete knows what's in store for him. Sit down! Sit down, Pete! Sit down!
I think Victoria was about ready to jump out of the chair and choke me and to lay me out.
Don't laugh! Quiet! Quiet!
I can't see us living without Pete, but there's times where I just want to kick him out the door.
It is despicable, and if I saw you do it, I would have you arrested.
Here, sit! My name is Kelly. I live here with my husband, Peter, my son, Sean, my son, Petey, and my daughter, Caitlin.
We have 2 dogs, Princess, a Rottie Pit, and Brooke, a Pit Bull.
Princess is very fearful of people. She runs and hides under the table, and she just doesn't go near anybody.
If you're not gonna take care of the dog, it's done.
Why isn't it both your responsibility?
Focusing on his responsibility for the dog.
But we're not getting the idea here. The idea was you two were supposed to train the dog. Shush!
Brooke started out chewing up the furniture, chewing up phone charges.
Video games. The bunk beds cost me about $800. You can see the damage. One more thing. I find something chewed, I gotta replace some, it's gone.
My dad threatens to get rid of Brooke all the time.
You gotta help us. Otherwise, the dog's gonna be gone.
Pete wants the dog gone because Sean refuses to walk them. I was deemed temporary, totally disabled. I can't go outside with the dogs. I can't walk them.
I'm not losing Brooke like that.
Then what do you have to do, Sean? Do you want your dog?
Yes, I want my dog.
You're gonna come home and your father's gonna take the dog to the shelter and she's gonna be gone.
Regardless of how Kelly feels about the dog, how the children feel about the dog, if the dog can't get trained, she's gonna be gone.
What was the agreement that we made when we got this dog?
Me and you would train the dog?
Okay, then don't worry about me. What about you?
My father does not help out with the dogs. He would just sit there and yell at them.
No! Get down! Drop! No! No! Back up! Back up!
I'm not afraid of him yelling at me. I've been dealing with it the last 5-10 years of my life.
She ran out to the street.
I think you're just too weak.
I just want the dog gone.
Hello.
Victoria?
Well,
come on in. Hi, I'm Peter.
Nice to meet you, Peter. Nice to meet you.
Come right on in.
Hello, lovely.
This is Brooke.
Oh, Brooke. Oh, my gosh. Hey,
Kelly.
hello. Nice to meet you,
Hi, I'm
Kelly.
Sean.
Hi, Sean. Hello, Peter.
I'm Caitlin.
Oh, Caitlin. How old are you, Caitlin?
6.
Get up. This is Princess. She's gonna run from you. She's a little skittish.
She's scared.
She only did that when we moved into the new house.
When people come in, Princess is a little on the shy side. She runs under the table and hides.
Tell me the issues that you have with them.
Princess, she's just a little bit shy.
Okay.
And with Brooke, well, she's a menace to society.
She is.
Eats everything, toys.
She eats everything I own.
Cell phone
She
charger.
ate my cell phone chargers.
Cell phones.
Ate one of my phones.
And then she bites us.
Oh, she
Well,
bites
she doesn't
you.
bite. What
She
does
nibbles.
There's no such thing as a nibble from a dog this big and children so small. This is an accident waiting to happen.
Why do you think she's doing it?
Not enough stimulation.
Now, whoa, wait a second. What did you do there?
Whack her.
You whacked her? Do you do that a lot?
All the time, both
These
of them.
two.
Oh, right.
When I saw Caitlin hitting Brooke, I was shocked because neither Kelly nor Pete did anything about it. Any dog can be provoked to react negatively if they are teased or if some sort of pain is inflicted upon them.
What's happened to your knee?
I got hurt on the job. I'm an EMT.
How did you hurt it?
Lifting a patient.
Since Kelly can't really do anything, I basically take the brunt of the cleaning.
Pete is working all day, all night. Doesn't help much around the house. It makes me feel sad.
Do you work?
Yes, I'm operations manager for a restaurant.
Okay. And how long do you work for during the day?
About 12, 14 hours, 6 days a week.
Who walks the dogs then?
It's supposed to be Sean, but he doesn't.
All right.
It was supposed to be mine and my mom's and my father's job, but my mom got hurt, so she can't do anything anymore.
Do they not get exercise at all?
They go out in the backyard.
I don't think the couple realizes just how much these dogs need to be outside. They need to be played with. They need to be walked for hours a day.
Are there arguments in this house over the dogs?
Huge arguments. He's selfish.
Chaotic.
Who's selfish?
Pete is.
Why do you say that?
Because it's whatever he wants, that's the way it is, and he doesn't help. It's what he wants to do first, and he doesn't consider anybody else before that.
I'm not home all the time. When I come home, I like the house clean. I have a high standard.
Okay.
And screams a lot.
You scream a
Yeah,
lot?
I scream at them.
Why do you scream? Is it because why do you scream?
I just scream. Don't know why.
One thing that you can put into your brain, store away, lock up, is that all the shouting, all the fighting really affects the dog in a stressful way, both dogs. And you know, one of the reasons why dogs chew is because they get sometimes upset.
The way I feel about Brooke, it's really hard to explain. I really don't feel like I have time at all for the dogs.
Have you ever wanted these dogs gone?
Not the four of us. I have the sweetest dogs in the world, and I don't want to have to get rid of them.
You have?
Brooke, from all the destruction that she's done and the money that I've spent, over the past year, replacing everything.
Can you show me some of the destruction?
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
I will definitely will. I did say I would help train the dog, but after the money and the chewing and then the destruction, I washed my hands with the dog. If you want to come in here, the little boy's room.
Okay.
This is their bunk beds. This is the first day.
Oh, the first day?
First day, chewed here.
Wow.
Right here.
Across here.
She gnawed on this.
The prescription for these dogs is pretty simple. Get them out more exercise, tire them out. But it is going to take time. And I don't know whether the family has the ability or the time. Would you say this household's a little out of control with the kids?
Oh, completely out of control. And him not being home, I try to control as much as I can. I happen to be a lot more strict than he is with the kids. But...
Too strict?
No, she's strict. She's a little strict on Sean, but, you know.
Why?
I didn't let him walk home from high school until May.
She doesn't allow.
Is it kind of rough around here?
No, you know what? It's actually pretty nice. We've had only one incident in the 2 years we're living here, last August.
What happened?
We had a guy shot 5 times down the block. And Sean found him.
Yep.
Kelly and Pete told me of an incident that happened a year ago.
Last year, I took the dog out for a walk, and I heard 3 loud sounds. And I didn't know what they were at first. There was a guy that was shot up my block. I heard somebody screaming for help. Never seen somebody shot right in front of me, and the blood was taking up most of the sidewalk.
Sean was definitely traumatized by that shooting. He said he still sees the blood trailing down the driveway.
The incident made me very depressed. I just didn't tell anyone. I didn't want to walk the dogs at all. I'm scared that every time I go near the house, that it might happen again. It's bad. I can't do it.
Oh my God.
Which is why we think he won't walk Brooke anymore.
You think, or have you asked him?
Yeah, we've asked him. But for a year, he didn't tell us the truth.
I was very harsh on him, do your chores, be very responsible.
Screaming at him.
Screaming at him.
You didn't think that actually there could be a possibility that your son had just suffered
I knew
a huge traumatic event?
It affects Sean considerably that his father is hard on him, screams and hoops and hollers and says, "Ma, what did I do?" And I'm like, "Daddy probably just had a bad day at work." I try and play it off. But Sean just, all he wants is his father's attention. I knew it was a possibility.
I know he's a very strong kid.
How traumatic for a young boy to witness what he witnessed. Can't Pete figure out the reason why Sean didn't want to walk his dog? That's not rocket science. Oh my God. Everything that you're dealing with in your personal life, with your family's issues, your son going through a trauma, witnessing a murder, and a dog that is being very destructive. It's probably getting the brunt of a lot of your frustration. That's a lot. Do you feel like you've been supported by Pete throughout all of this?
No. I can't handle things on my own. Not with the dogs, not with the kids. I need more support and more help.
Since Peter's rarely at home and Kelly's injured and the other little kids are too small, I really wanted just to walk with Sean to ask him about the incident and how he felt. Sean, because you're the only person that walks the dog, I'd like to see you walk. That's all right? And we'll go and see how
Go
that
get her
goes.
leash.
Okay.
If Victoria can't help, I don't know what I will do. I love these dogs. I'd do anything for them.
Yes, she does pull, doesn't she?
Yeah, she pulls a lot.
I see. Yes, so not such a great walking experience, Sean.
No, she just wants to run.
She does, bless her heart. She has no opportunity to run. Goodness me.
I usually go the back way, which is up the street that way. Ah.
This is the area where the shooting happened?
Right there.
Over there. What happened on that day?
I was walking Brooke. We got around a little bit back there, and I heard 3 loud sounds while I was around the corner. I didn't know what they were. I thought it was kids playing with firecrackers or fireworks. Then when I was coming back, I heard somebody screaming for help. So I just ran to my house and told my mother, and then I grabbed her bag and she ran up. So then when I came over to the house, that's when I saw him, and I completely just spaced out, like, oh my God, this dude was shot and he's bleeding everywhere. In my head, I was panicking, but after that, I didn't tell anybody. I went to the house and I just broke down.
It's a year later. You haven't been able to walk your dog because of it. What place are you in right now?
I'm in the place where I know I have to take responsibilities and walk the dog, and that I have to get over what happened. It's done. It's not gonna happen again. That I just need to get over it.
It's quite upsetting to hear Sean say he's got to get over this. He seems ashamed that he's finding it tough. He went through a huge trauma. I think you need to heal. If you open up and you give it time and you admit to yourself that this was a traumatic experience and you heal yourself, you witness something that most people in their lifetime will never witness. And you dealt with it in an incredibly brave, courageous, amazing way.
Victoria is very approachable. You could tell her basically anything and she'll have something to say that's positive instead of negative.
Would you like to be able to go on walks in the evening with your dad? Would that make it easier for you to walk?
If he's there, I won't be so scared of anything happening again because I know he'll be right by my side the whole time.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because that gives me a plan. This family has so much going on. If they're going to fix this, they're going to have to get together and support each other. When I come in here, I think of one word, especially for you, and that's overwhelmed.
The kids, the dogs, his job, himself, my injury. It feels like I'm choking, like I'm drowning in water. Pete's in like his own little world. I don't think he sees how much we really need his help at home.
I want to try and understand you because all I've seen of you today is this relatively passive man. What is this inability to be able to give Kelly the support that she needs? Kelly's crying like this. How does that make you feel?
Sometimes I think it has something to do with the injury, or she cries just to cry.
And what do you tell me?
I tell you to stop crying. There's no
That's
reason
it.
to really cry. Reason to cry. My stress level is still pretty high, so I really don't care what Kelly says. I don't want to do nothing. Just leave me alone.
Where have you been? Does it take me, a freaking dog trainer, to come into the house? So where do we go from here? If these issues don't change, your dog's behavior never will.
I didn't realize it until now.
So we're gonna work with the dogs, work with you guys, and hopefully get you on a better track than when I first came.
I would love that.
I would like that.
The family needs Peter to care about these dogs. More importantly, the family needs Peter to care about them. And I'm not sure at the moment that he does. I want you to write down, both of you, what you need for yourselves, what you need from the other person, what you need from your family, and what kind of person do you want to be.
I'm hoping that Pete will step up and realize how much the dog definitely means to the family. I need him to step up. It's not what I want. I need him to.
If there's anything lacking, say it. Be honest, okay?
It's all I've ever asked him to do.
The dogs need exercise and relief. And since Peter's away at work, I'm going to train with Sean. Sean has difficulty walking Brooke because she pulls like a freight train. Even though Sean's been through a horrendous ordeal, if I can make just this part of it more comfortable for him, I hope that that's going to help. Good. This is the new harness, and this is going to make your walking life a lot easier.
Okay.
She can still pull with it on, but it limits the pulling.
Brooke will literally drag me from the minute I walk outside to the minute I tell her to go home. So I don't think I ever will be able to.
Here you go. Whoa. Okay. Now this doesn't work for all dogs. Plus we probably need to resize it. So we'll see.
Feels a lot better now that I know that it's not attached to a collar. So if I pull back on her, the collar's not choking her.
The harness is definitely going to help the pulling, but Sean needs a lot more help than that if he's going to be able to feel better about what he witnessed. So now, when she launches ahead, just stop. Just stop. She looks back. When she moves her body back, relaxes on the leash, you can go forward. So just wait. Okay, she came back to you, now you go. You wait for her to give some kind of focus or contact. I taught Sean to stop until Brooke releases. A, you're not reinforcing the pulling, but also you're getting your dog's focus. Good.
This might take a while.
Good. She came around? Good. Now you continue. And tell her good girl. Give her feedback now, okay?
Good girl, good girl. No.
No, I don't want you to even say no.
No.
Nothing. You know, you can talk less to her. There's a lot of things for the dog to focus on other than Sean. But if Sean can get her attention and her focus on him when he needs it, then walking's going to be a lot easier. Now she's walking right by your side. I hope this fear of walking will dissipate and that you can turn your head from the fear that you had after the incident to now the pleasure that you're going to get walking your dog. Walking your dog creates such an amazing bond, even more than you already have.
The best thing about having Victoria here is that the dog is finally getting trained. I'm learning from all my mistakes. I'm learning what to do, and her methods really do work. Come on.
I've helped Sean take the first step. Now it's up to Peter to help support his son. And I really hope he does that. All right, walk her proudly home.
Best walk ever.
Coming up.
You beat her up.
There is nothing worse, I tell you, than somebody that takes out all their frustration on vulnerable beings. If I saw Pete doing what I hear he does to his dogs, I would take him down. There's such a heavy cloud hanging over this family. They see failure in everything. So I wanted to show them how easy it is to train their dogs. And I wanted to start with Princess's shyness. Has she always been like this, a little reserved?
No. When we moved from the new house, or the old house to here, that's when she started sort of kind of being shy. When people come in the house, Princess is very fearful of people. She runs and hides under the table. It's okay, Princess.
So what I'd like to do is just take you through the process of what you need to do when someone comes. I have one of your neighbors outside. I'm going to have the guest ring. I want you to tell your guest when she comes through the door, please just ignore the dogs.
Okay.
One of the ways a person can really, really help Princess relax is by relieving social pressure, which means coming in the door and having that guest say absolutely nothing.
Hi, Pat.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
So before I let you in, I would just want you to ignore the dogs.
Okay.
Okay, and they'll just, then you're gonna come in and sit down, okay?
Sure.
Hey, hi, Pat.
Hi, how are you? Hi.
Nice to
Hi,
meet
how's
you.
everything?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, you're gonna sit in the rocking chair here and just ignore them.
Okay.
This is Caitlin, Petey,
Hi, Caitlin.
and Sean.
Princess surprised everyone the minute Pat sat down. The results were immediate. Pat, have you met these dogs before?
No, not at all.
I've never seen that with Princess. Princess was just amazing today, and I never thought I'd see Princess not afraid of somebody new coming in the house.
And you have a dog yourself?
Yes, I do.
Yes, they can smell that dog on you,
Probably.
which is great. It was really lovely to see Princess nudging Pat's hand. This was huge. By ignoring Princess, that took pressure off her. By giving her the time where she could come up to greet the guest, made her feel so much more comfortable.
You're cute.
Good girl,
You're a good girl.
Nice. When there's so much family anger and frustration and pain and negativity,
Do you want your dog?
Yes, I want my dog.
You're gonna come home and your father's gonna take the dog to the shelter and she's gonna be gone. Get down!
it's difficult for them to see what they have right in front of them. I love this with your pieces of paper.
Oh.
It's awesome. Are you tired?
I had to pull teeth to get out.
Okay. There seems to be such a disconnect between Peter and Kelly, so I had them write down their thoughts and what they wanted from each other so that hopefully this would be a place from which they could move forward. Read what you wrote.
I want Kelly to stop bothering me about my job. Means if I have to stay late, not to give me an attitude about it over the phone, just let me do what I have to do to support my family financially. A better connection with my children, especially Sean, and that was pretty much what I wrote down for my family.
So you reap what you sow. If you want your kids to be with you more, if you want your kids to respect you and have a better relationship with you, you gotta give it to them. What did you write?
I want Pete to be home more. I want more of Pete's attention in a positive way. I want Pete to be the dad I know he can be. I want Pete to want to be a part of this family.
Basically, all that extends from work.
Obviously, if he gets fired from his job, there's no money coming in.
Oh, that is.
So,
I understand that. I just wish he would put us a little bit more before the job.
so you're managing everything,
I am an
basically.
operations manager. That's total control of the business. The job is that demanding. It's worse than being married to a doctor.
You're married to your work, you're married to your family. You have to somehow find a balance. And I also think you have to want to. Because I don't know if you actually really want to.
No, I do.
Do you really want it? Peter says he's going to participate in training the dogs, but I don't believe him at all. He is very unemotional, and he's put this huge wall up that's very difficult to break down. What do you want for the dogs?
I want Princess to stop being so fearful of people. I want Brooke to be able to stay with us without consequences, and I want Princess and Brooke to be happy living with us. The reason why Princess doesn't come near you is because when she was first home with us, you beat her up.
What did you do? When you say beat Princess up, what did you do?
She came at me.
She never came at you.
She came at me.
She never came at you.
What did you do to
I
her?
popped her in the nose, right in the snout. And then
He
since then
kicks
she
the
hasn't.
dogs, he punches dogs.
You do?
He's kicked Brooke in the ribs.
I'm not a violent person, but if I saw Pete doing what I hear he does to his dogs, I would take him down. There is nothing worse, I tell you, than somebody that takes out all their frustration on vulnerable beings. You kick dogs, you do that kind of thing. I don't care whether you tapped her on the nose, you hit her on the bum, you kicked her in the ribs, whatever.
It's abuse.
It is absolute abuse, and you know, it is despicable. And if I saw you do it, I would have you arrested. I would have you arrested for abuse. I would do that. I really wanted Pete to know that his behavior was not just affecting the dogs in a negative way, but affecting his family, especially his children. It's not a big leap now to think that Caitlin might have just learnt that it was okay to hit the dogs by witnessing her father do it. One day the dogs are gonna come. They're gonna remember it. They're gonna bite your kids.
That happened in the past, and you know, that was when I was younger and stupid.
Pete doesn't abuse Princess anymore. It's more Brooke, because Brooke is kind of bad, but doesn't deserve to be hit the way she does.
It takes a lot to piss me off, and then when I do get set off, you can't stop.
Not me, I have a
stop.
short fuse.
Has he ever admitted it before?
No.
So do you see that as progress?
Absolutely. I think the message is definitely starting to sink in with Pete, and I couldn't be happier.
I really hope that this now is going to help, hopefully, to start you on a new path.
I've heard it before. It works
Yeah.
for a couple of months, and then
Yeah.
he's back to the old Pete.
Yeah. You are going to start the father and son walk tonight. It doesn't have to be very long, but he really wants you to walk with him. Can you just start off afresh as new Pete?
I can try.
Can you try?
I can try.
Peter says he wants to change, but Kelly's skeptical, and I actually agree with her. But I really hope he can change because his family needs him and his dogs need him too. Sean needs help with his trauma, however much he says he doesn't. What place are you in right now?
That I just need to get over it.
I believe Sean will gain confidence when he goes out walking with his father. It's one of the rare days that Peter's actually home, so I wanted to check in with him and Sean to see how the walk went. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. How's everything?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Caitlin!
How was walking the dogs? Did you walk the dogs today?
I walked. He was because I had to go do some errands this morning. So
Oh my gosh, you made the commitment yesterday and you already broke it today.
Yep.
I got up and I left, and I didn't realize that I was already halfway down to.
If Pete can't even keep his promise for 12 hours, goodness knows what it's going to be like when I leave. Pete promised his family that he was going to do the morning walk. And the next day, he had to do other things. He forgot. Well, seriously, 12 hours later and you forget? This is the first day where you promised to take the dogs out. Pete, you are now going to be walking with Sean.
Okay.
You're kind of the only person in this house that doesn't really know any of the training that we've done because you haven't been here. So now I want Sean to teach you.
Okay.
Yeah. I can set Sean on the right path of being able to walk Brooke properly, but only his dad, I think, can give him the real confidence of walking with him in the evening so that he gets over his fear of walking in the area. So take it away, Sean, and teach your dad how to walk her.
How do we do this?
All right?
First, Victoria said that when she starts pulling, you stop, let her come back to you,
Okay.
and then you start going again.
Okay.
Like that, now we start going.
Sean was really giving clear directions. It's great for me as a trainer to hear how someone has learned.
She just said, wait.
Okay.
Or if you don't feel like waiting, you turn around and say, let's go, and you turn around and go. Wait a little bit, let's go, and keep going.
Let me try it. Come on, Brooke. Come on. Come on. Come on.
You could tell from her body language that Brooke really doesn't want to go walking with Peter, and I'm not surprised. She's much more bonded with Sean. And I think past history with Peter has also caused that.
It's because she's afraid of you. Now go.
Now you go again.
Just keep going. I showed my father how to walk Brooke. It was really weird, him being the student and me being the teacher, just the other way around. But actually, really good to see him in his calm state.
Nope.
Victoria said, don't just say anything, just stop.
Just stop?
Just stop.
Okay.
I want Sean and Peter to bond in their walk, so I'm going to take a step back and send them on their way.
I feel better now that I know that I'm not alone with walking the dog, so I have you, I have the dogs, and I'm not worrying about what happened.
Good. I'm proud of Sean walking the dog. I think that's a nice stress reliever, also a good exercise and communication tool that I can have with Sean. Well, I'm going to take this responsibility of walking the dog in the morning.
Okay. And then I'll do it at night.
I'll do it with you at night.
I hope it's going to happen. I think it will. Hopefully he'll keep up with what he says.
Come on, girl.
I think Peter's made some real progress, but I wanted to show him that the way he interacts with his dogs and his family are going to have a real influence on their behavior. So I wanted to try an experiment. Sit down. Sit down, Pete. Sit down.
Go on, go on.
What did I tell you? Sit down. Sean, stand up. Stand up. Don't laugh.
Don't laugh.
Don't
She's
laugh.
being serious.
Did I tell you to speak? Quiet. Quiet.
It reminds me of my dad.
Does it? I don't think I need to hammer it home to Pete anymore about how his behavior is affecting his family and his dogs. If he doesn't get it by now, after everything I've said to him, he's never gonna get it. The way this family speaks to each other is in a heightened all the time. Get off, do this, and that, I think it stresses out your dogs. I think Pete not only needs to learn a bit of positive reinforcement with his dogs, but also with his children and with his wife. I want you to try and do with your dogs, instead of shouting at them, shouting them, it's just almost fueling the fire.
Okay.
Because, you know, dogs are very good hearing. You don't need to shout at them, because they can hear really well. Here's what I want you to try do. Let's say Brooke gets on the couch. I don't want you to say, off. I want you to say, off. Caitlin, off. Good, good, excellent. Okay, I've said it. Can you now instill the sort of the new rules about how you're going to discipline the dogs?
Absolutely.
I didn't see what was going on in my own home. With Victoria coming in, she opened my eyes to everything.
Coming up.
Are you willing to reconnect? It's gone in one ear and out the other. Are you going to be able to transform yourself? The people in this house are very wounded. Kelly's knee injury, Sean's trauma. Peter hasn't really done what is needed to help his family.
She's just too weak.
So I've got to get through to him somehow, before it's too late. I want to introduce you to Kathy and Carrie. Carrie is the therapy dog, the Good Dog Foundation. And I also want to introduce you to Juliet, who is a social worker. She specializes in the human-animal bond. I wanted them to speak to you a little bit about what our own dogs can do for us in our homes. I'm hoping that I can show Peter how dogs can really be part of his family's healing process rather than the dogs being just a source of stress.
We work with a lot of people to help people reduce their stress through the dogs, and it sounds like there's a lot of stress in your house.
I have an immense amount of stress.
Yeah, if you can look at your dog as someone that can help you with that, and it's amazing just sitting and petting a dog, how calming it is.
Are you willing to reconnect? Because remember I said, when a dog has a fear memory, that is imprinted in the brain forever. Are you going to be able to transform yourself?
Yes, I am.
I finally get to see my father's soft side, which is very hard to see. He's always in this grumpy, moody mood, frustrated, angry. Then again, people change and he's changing, which is awesome.
The volume in your home is very big. Everybody communicates by shouting.
No! Get down!
You communicate with your dogs by shouting, Pete. But I love being able, my dog's focus to come onto me and for them to listen to me with me just saying, come to me, sit, watch me. That's all I need to do. Would that be strange for you to do that?
Very. I'm gonna change everything. I'm gonna change everything around. The way I act, the way I speak to Kelly and the kids and the dogs.
Really, ever since I've been at your house, I've never seen you maybe pet the dog once. Do you want to meet her? Do you want to meet this
She's
one?
very nice and pleasant.
I don't think Pete's a bad man at all. I think he doesn't deal with stress very well. But I hope he's taking everything in, because ultimately, it's going to make his life a lot easier.
Hi. 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 That's fine. Hi. Yeah, you're very nice.
It was pretty emotional, and I finally get to see my father's soft side. That's the first time, and I'm not gonna forget it.
I want you to have this feeling with your own dogs.
Feels good.
Good. When I first came into this home, I noticed that Princess was really shy. Peter admitted to being quite abusive to her. So I've really got to up the stakes here. If the dogs aren't afraid of a pretty intimidating guy coming to the house, then there's hope for Pete. When Pat came with Princess, that was great, and I think Princess really liked her. I also think with all of us coming in and out as well, she's kind of got a little desensitized, but I want to bring a man in. He's your neighbor. He's never been in here. I would like you, Kelly, to do this because I want Pete to watch because he wasn't here the last time we did it, and I think it's really important. Relieving social pressure is so important for dogs that are fearful. And Pat was one thing, but having a man come into the house, Princess might retreat again. I don't know what's going to happen, but I hope not. Here we go. When I first came into this home, I noticed that Princess was really shy, so I've really got to up the stakes here. I want to bring a man in. He's never been in here. Here we go.
Brooke, back up. Hey, Lou.
Hi, Karen.
I'm just gonna ask you when you come in, I'm gonna sit you down in the chair and
Okay.
just ignore the dogs.
Okay, got it.
Come on in.
Hey, guys.
Come on in. Just ignore her. Go ahead, walk right through. Go into the living room.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, you. Hey, Pete. Hi.
Lou was an ex-Marine, so he's big and muscular, and when he came in, it was like, oh God, this intimidating guy coming in. Princess is gonna run.
Princess is well, she went to her place, but now, all of a sudden, so don't touch her yet.
And when she did, I was like, phew, she did it. Yes, good girl.
Just start to a little bit to stroke her. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Good girl. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, usually she's
usually
very-
hiding.
Princess, she came right over. So it's good to see.
Pete, I want you to do this. Take charge when you're here with the family to do this, and you can't have too many people in this home.
Okay.
Every person does exactly the same thing. Soon, Princess isn't going to be way as nervous.
I think since Victoria has been here, she opened my eyes to a lot of things.
Maybe Pete has hope that seeing Princess's reaction to a strange man coming to their home, that they'll react to Pete like that. But I really do think, because of the training that we've done, but also because of the coming and going of all these people in your home, that she's really coping so much better. So we've done a lot of things with the dogs. Hopefully now Princess and Brooke are going to be walked more. And I think them being walked more is going to relieve anxiety, is going to relieve the chewing, because when you have tired dogs, you go out, they don't chew. Leave her with some chew toys so that she has toys to chew on, so she chews on the toys rather than everywhere else. There's been no distraction since I've been at the home, even when the family have left. And I think this is testament to the fact that the dogs are tired. So when the dogs are tired, they're left by themselves, they don't chew. Sean, for you, how do you feel now after we did work together?
I'm not afraid to walk the dogs. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm not worried about being dragged down the street now that Brooke has the harness and she's not pulling at all. I'm glad I get to walk with my dad.
I'm really glad that you got to that point. I felt like when I first came here, it was every man for themselves. All the family were working against each other. Now, I hope they work with each other.
Princess, come on.
Since Victoria was here last, Pete actually walks the dogs.
Come on.
I'm proud of Sean. He stepped up a lot the past couple of weeks. Walking with Sean has been really, really good. A very good communication with him. I really want to have a father-born relationship more than what we did in the past. How's school today?
It was good. I'm still getting used to where my classes are. It's been fun walking the dogs with my dad. Our relationship's gotten better. He's not yelling at me.
Home sweet home.
I want to join you.
Sean seems to be a lot happier. I think some of the things that she said to him and told him helped his confidence. Who's
Tail
that?
wagging.
All right,
Yeah, so
now leave her
everything,
alone. Let's see what she does.
What I really need to work on is my connection with my kids. I want to make myself a better person, make myself a better father and a dog owner.
Easy.
Slow,
Tell her easy.
Good girl.
I'm definitely feeling less overwhelmed. I'm definitely finding a lot more peace. I'm definitely getting more help, which is exactly what I needed. My dogs are here, my kids are here, my husband is here. Everybody's here together, and that's what I wanted, because my dogs are a part of my family.
The Hines family have been through so much the past year, and I thought their stark backyard was just symbolic of their defeatist attitude. So I've asked my friends at Home Depot to make their backyard a little bit more people and dog friendly and bring some cheer into their lives.
Yeah, hi, we're looking to redo our backyard, plant some stuff.
Thanks for watching. If you love It's Me or the Dog and want more dog training tips and tricks, visit my official site, positively.com. And if you're interested in learning more about becoming a dog trainer, check out the Victoria Stilwell Academy. Links to both sites are in the description. I'll see you online.